Alright folks, check this out. I've been struggling with an issue. I turned the key right, clutch down. Fucking nothing. Right, so checked in here and I think actually, yeah, the battery should definitely be in here. Bought this Optima Red Top high performance AGM battery. 200 quid. Right, let's try it again. And that strange noise you heard when I started it up, I think might be due to the fact that I took out one of the glow plugs and forgot to put it back in. I'm replacing all these. This is the old one, quite clearly, and this is the new one. 4 times glow plugs replaced plus brand new red top battery. Let's see how it goes now. Why is that light coming on? Why is the battery light coming on? Well, it starts, but we've gone for some overnight parts from Japan. We've got a new starter. We've got an uprated 100 amp alternator and a new fuel pickup. So let's see if these parts will make an improvement to how this thing starts up. I wanted to just go like and go. So let's just keep throwing money at it until it does that. Right, apparently to get into the starter motor you have to take off the inlet pipe for the turbo. It's a number 7-bit. Right, with that out of the way, we can see the starter motor. We've got the brown cable here which goes to the alternator, so I need to get a 100 amp one of those and replace it with that, because the new alternator is 100 amp, not 65. And then we've got the red positive battery terminal connected straight there, and then there's this cable here, red and white by the looks of it, that goes round onto underneath there. This is more for me to remember than anything else. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I've undone the first, I'll show you on the new starter motor, but basically the brown that goes to the alternator, plus there's the 2 positive terminals, this one plus, where's it gone? Here. So they all of them go onto this top one, which is the equivalent of this top one there. So all 3 of those go on the top one. And then we've got this red and white one, which I'm presuming this goes to like the dash to give the sort of the readout on there for the battery, so the voltage for the onto the dash instrument cluster. And then that is just, by the looks of it, a spade connection, which which is this one here. So, and then the bottom one is your sort of, well, I guess that's like your earth or something. And then I think that's it. Right. In terms of connections onto the starter. So as I say, I need to replace this brown one with a thicker wire that goes directly to this side. So this wire loops round this brown one into the back of the alternator. So I need to get a thicker one of that. And then it should just be a case of, well, it should just be a case of removing these bolts. We 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Loosen them off, and then in theory the old one should slip out. It's pretty easy. Old one's out. 2 bolts here that I took out with 17mm bit, and then there's a nut here, again 17mm. The one on the far side, I don't know if I'll get it to focus, but that one there is the hardest one because there's not much access. That's why I had to use the spanner. But and then actually just getting enough room to pull it out is, yeah, just a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad actually. And then yeah, I pulled out that spade connector, which goes onto, which goes onto here. So actually dead straightforward, but the thing I need to do is track this brown cable, just completely remove it, and then, as I say, replace it with 100 amp rated replacement. That's a brown one, taking this one off, number 10 bit, and then take this yellow one off into this one here. So brown was there, and this is this yellow and brown one. I'm going to trace that brown one back all the way to around here. Right, this wire's out, the big brown thing that I showed you before. But I have questions. So this, it used to come along here, right, and then go round past the fan into the alternator, right? But first of all, I noticed that this wire snapped off. Don't know what that's for. And then I've got these 3 wires that are snapped off from somewhere too, so that can't be helping things. So I need to figure out what that is, where that's supposed to go, and that one. Right, I'm changing my fuel pickup, so I was just keeping note of what goes where. So here's the new one, and so a couple of bolts there, and then got the 2 inputs there, so we just need to swap those over. Should be fairly straightforward. Right, we got our old fuel pump, fuel lifter, whatever the fuck it's called, and new kit comes with these new fittings, so, and the gasket. Dead simple really. No idea if this is what's causing it to not start up that quickly, but I'm just replacing stuff. Right, that's a new lift pump installed, and fixed that wire in there. I still don't know what these are, and I've primed the fuel. There's a pump on it, and you take the bleed screw off the fuel filter, so I've primed it, pumped it. But before I start putting filters and things back on, I really want to know what the heck this is. Apparently this is a throttle position sensor, because this is an engine from a disco. So this engine has been replaced at some point, I believe. Obviously people out there might know more, but whatever. So I've just kind of just hidden that down there. I don't even need to worry about that anymore. Right, old alternator out, new alternator, 100 amp, 65 amp, slightly different style, but should fit. Starter motor is all installed, you can't really see it under there. So got 100 amp rated cable, which will go between the starter and the new alternator. So, oh yeah, I've taken the belt out as well. This is the new belt. This is the old belt. See how worn it is. All those breaks in the plastic. So swap that over. Just need to find out. Oh right, got the new alternator in, and we routed it underneath just to the starter rather than going around the block. As I said before, new starter, new alternator. We've got the belt on. Put the fan back on. The fan's a bit of an arsehole to get off, but it's doable. You don't need a special tool like all these folks say. You just need proper freaking strength, like I've got, like proper power, you know. Nah, it's yeah, it's just part of my life. So fuel pickup. I lose track of everything I've done. Anyway, battery is there. Remember to put the battery back in, and let's see how well it starts up now after all this. Whoa, it's like instant. It's like nice, nice. All right, I'm happy. Very good, very good. So that's my weekend done. Sunday night, everything's done. Worth it though. Starts up really quick, as you just heard. And there we go. To go and figure out what to do next. Roof box, I think. See you later.